Hello everybody, and welcome to episode 6 of Scum and Villainy Echo, aka The Big Race. Oh, you excited? I know I'm excited.
Yay!
The players have mixed emotions, but they're still here, and that's what we love. Hello, if this is the first time watching this, big choice. My name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, and I'm going to be your game master for this game. So last time I picked on the pilot, and this time I'm going to pick on the gunner. Gunner, please introduce yourself, pronouns, and tell us a little bit about yourself. Not even the character, just you.
Hi, I am Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns. I am playing Angel, who also uses she, her pronouns. She is the scoundrel of the party. Not that you'd ever know it. She's lovely. But right now, her scoundrelly ways are being put to good use by her operating all the big guns on the little ship. Pew pew.
A pew pew. So we've covered pew pew, and now we cover zoom zoom. Pilot.
Zoom, zoom, beep, beep, toot, toot. Hi, I'm Nat. I use she, her pronouns, and sometimes I'm a grown-up.
I was going to say, I feel like that's the song that I sing to my 1-year-old.
Zoom, zoom, toot, toot.
Toot, toot. Is the noise that a very cool drag race car, spaceship, shuttle noise makes. Yes. I'm playing Bullfrog, who is also a grown-up. And does not have problems with gambling or smoking or adrenaline at all. It's going to be a great race. It's going to be really safe.
I love to hear it. As pointed out last time, Bullfrog pulled back, and there's nothing better when you have an adrenaline junkie and go, oh, bit of a coward, aren't you? And just watch you like, ooh. Anyway, we will get to these races very imminently, but first things first, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors and supporters, starting with Phoenix Dice. Now, if you go to phoenixdice.com and you happen to look for the most clickety-clackety math rocks in all the galaxy, you can hear the clicking and the clacking. If you go to check out, you can put roll together, one word, all capitals. You get 25% off, including, as we have been showing you, our Roll Together dice, which are very, very blue and very, very nice. So, big thank you to the D20 Club and our patrons, especially our dice heads. Now, thanks to the dice heads, we get to do all sorts of amazing things, like we get a wiki, we get a Discord, we get games such as this. If you are paying a higher tier than your one of your local currency, or one goat, which, it's a 6. How did the space goats beat the space IRS? I don't know. They found a loophole. They're
With
doing
carrots.
They ate the space IRS. Meanwhile, on the planet of Warren, the governor's like, what do you mean goats ate the IRS? And they're like, I don't know what to tell you, boss. It's just not a problem anymore. He's like, death and taxes, man. Death and taxes. How do you
Goats.
and go? That's now been added to the saying. But so if you're paying at the higher tier, we have a talk show. Talk Together. We'll be recording it after this, where we talk about like what happened in the last couple of episodes, thoughts, feelings, opinions, and there's also lots of other lovely things. So please, and once again, very grateful to you all. So, with all that said, it's the big race day. We're going to go to the titles, and when we come back, as they say in space, zoom zoom, toot toot. So, in the last episode, Bullfrog and Angel, the crew of the small space racer, the Reverb, arrived at the asteroid field where the Echo Wave racers had gathered a caravan of travelling, eccentrics and adrenaline junkies, and also a few scoundrels.
Delightful, legitimate business people.
Absolutely.
Charming.
Fortunately, Space RRS all got eaten by goats in the break, so they're not going to put taxes on us. No. They got a chance to talk to a couple of the other racers, including the crew of the Moonbeam, a recently engaged couple, Callie and Trish. The crew of the Sing Sing, a very stoic brother and sister pair. Also, a mysterious ship known as Kaza that no one knows who's piloting and no one has seen anyone coming out of. They were also introduced to Joe and Meg, a couple of mechanics, who talked to Angel and got the details and said that they were startled by the amount that is being put on this. Rather a cover job of a repaint, a new transponder, new plates. A lot of work's going into this as they are now preparing. It is also worth pointing out for both of you, it's not a surprise, but you're like, the fact that they're doing this now does imply that Cerberus rather thinks that if you don't come back, the ship's his, which is also
That's not been written down anywhere.
It hasn't, no, but who would argue?
Rig.
Who? Oh, you mean the guy we threw out the space lock? Yeah, no, it's weird how stuff like this happens.
He'd hide in the vent, it would be okay.
Rick would, bless him. Rick was just a stowaway for the rest of these episodes. Also, it's worth pointing out that Bullfrog did put a 10-credit bet on the crew of the Moonbeam, basically crashing out the Nased V that are basically junk rats. I realise I didn't describe them in the last episode, really, but that it is, when you look at it, you're like, that thing is glowing. It is scrappy. It is made of duct tape. It's very confusing because the crew is P and B. No one is sure how they are related, if they are related, or even really what gender they are. They are just like covered in soot, crazy hair, and just constantly and so even the both of you have picked up, like, even for like the adrenaline junkies are like, these guys are weird. Just that sort of like
These guys have analysed the situation and they've decided that it calls for more bombs.
Exactly.
Who can say they're wrong?
Well, quite. Also, sort of like I mean, Bullfrog, you're pretty sure they died in a previous race, but they're here. That's sort of like, yeah. It could be that they no one knows if they're the same people or if it's sort of like some sort of deadly metal kind of race where it's a family. Anyway, also the sixth ship that is taking part is the Copernicum, which is being piloted by an older man whose name is Sir Morton. That I know I didn't cover it, but Sir Morton would have come to sort of wish you both well, and was again very polite. Sort of as I said, sort of like very sort of like not haggard, but like craggy, handsome face, sort of like, and both of you, again, for your good read, you're like, yeah, this isn't just some sort of doddery old man. This is a man who's like, I'm taking things slow, but has very clearly seen service or been but is very polite to you and, has, as said, wishes you well, and also presented what is basically a mechanical cat called Worcester, which just did purr and rub against you, and both of you were like, "Is that no? It's just it's a friendly cat." It seems.
We'll have allowed question.
You go. Yeah.
Worcester like Bertie Worcester, or Worcester like Worcester sauce?
Like Bertie Worcester.
Oh, cute.
Yeah.
That's what I'd assume.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Little
Betty,
Sal, I would have allowed to go and interact with Worcester.
and sort of again, little Sal, very politely, and like a toddler who's been taught well by its parents when around animals, very gently pets Worcester, who just little Sal's yay, and kind of looks at you, Bullfrog, with the big eyes of as I said, a toddler meeting a very nice cat. As I said, this is a again, it's you're not quite sure if this used to be a cat that's just had bits replaced or it's fully made, but it, sort of like, which also goes that this is an older guy. It's very possible that he just kept fixing his cat. That he just was like,
Yeah.
I love my cat, and I love. You did sort of like
Theseus's cat.
exactly. It's hard to know, but the soul. Does this unit have a soul? Yes. This is clearly like Lil Sal does. Well, Lil Sal is not. Sort of flesh, but there is definitely a spirit to this creature. This will cause wars in other universes, but here everyone's like, yeah, sure, the
that
robot,
makes sense.
there's an entire... Folks, we haven't got into the guild so much, but there is a guild that makes the robots. There's also a guild that makes clones. Clones seem to have a harder time in this universe than the Airbots. Anyway, also, as I said, like, when you saw the Copernicum, it kind of looks like he lives out of it, like, sort of, but as a man who is retired and is like traveling around in his little ship. Like he travels with the convoy and sort of seems to be racing for the fun of racing rather than I know Bullfrog, you were trying to work out like the vibes of people. This man doesn't have weapons on. He seems to be like, I am good at racing, and this is what. Yes, so
I think there's that element of like, I know of him. We may have raced a little bit before, but there's a respect there, and that like when he came over to sort of offer greetings, would have given him a respectful nod and handshake, and stay safe out there.
You too, Fräulein. Best of luck to you, and also to your. I haven't made your acquaintance yet, but I'm sure we will. If we both make it to the end, drinks on me, I think. Yeah.
So life.
I'll hold you to it.
Good to see you, Bullfrog. You take care. I mean, looks as Whistler looks at you and goes, meow, and does a little butt shimmy, and then again, like having touched. There's a chill. It's the metal, but this mechanical cat plods off. A slight crook in the tail that he... Yeah, no, it's sort of like, again, this is not a perfect creature, and he loves it for it. Yes, Rebecca.
Just a small point of order.
Yeah.
Last game, at the end, I said I put a bet on us to win, and I haven't done that.
Yes.
I also have no concept of how much money Angel has. I feel like she was probably arrested with some bribing money, but whether that was still in her jacket when she got it back.
You also have been in the room of Ruskin Brown, who you have also spent a week poking around. I would say you've got about, like... I said Bullfrog got 50 credits as, like, walking around left in the car. He has a safe. I don't know if you've tried to crack it yet. That's a bigger job. But, just...
I want to say yes, but that's next downtime, I think.
I think that's the sort of thing where you're just like, okay, great. I'm going to say... I think to be fair, like, let's say he also had, like, 50 credits in, like, a jar, where he was like, that's the emergency. So you've also got 50 credits on you. Yes. What would you like to bet? You'd like to bet that you're going to win?
Well, I'm assuming there are high odds on us winning.
You've got decent odds. I'm going to say it's probably 10 to 1 because there's other excellent pilots there. It's not so much attacking you for your piloting skills as those guys are a literal bomb and love to crash into people. Yeah.
And are there fairly chill odds on us just surviving?
Yeah, I mean, it's closer to 20 to 1, which is funny that they're like, you're more likely to win, but also they're like, to survive, sort of like, I think even if you bring it up to like the betting, is like, hey, it's a weird odd. Unless you want to bet something else, sort of like...
I mean, I was going to cover my back and therefore bet to win and not to win. But if surviving is double the odds... I mean, Rebecca does not gamble, so I might just be misunderstanding. But that is double the odds, right, of just surviving and winning. Yeah. So why would I waste money betting on winning?
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm going to bet 30 of my 50 credits on us surviving. Because that feels like a good rate of return. And if we don't survive... Actually, no, let's bet 50, because if we don't survive, I'm not exactly going to miss it.
Great point. I'm
And there's that. This is the honor among thieves vibe,
Yeah.
right? That the betting is valid.
The betting is valid. Again, criminal organisation, but rules within it. Neither of you this time have seen Cerberus throw someone out of the airlock, but there's been Bullfrog has probably seen that in the previous races, and because people know, and there's also, like a video game, you've got a feeling like if you drew a weapon on someone here, suddenly everything goes hostile, because they're like, cool, we're on a knife edge here, down with the Legion, down with the guilds, it's us, this is the gangs. Yes, so that is covered.
I will say, I asked you like any spicy odds before, Tom.
Yeah.
If the odds of us surviving are 20 to 1, I absolutely would have done the same thing.
If you put the rest of your money on your surviving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 40
okay,
from...
That's 40. So, 100. Yeah, amazing.
And there's just a little glint in the eye of Bullfrog that there's a little frustration that Angel had more credits to put on that bet because Bullfrog had already done a bit of a bet that Bullfrog couldn't add more.
Also, you don't have to put money. If you've got anything else you want to bet, that could be a property, an item, a promise, or they trade in a lot of things here on the Three-Headed Dog.
That's true.
If you want to flash back later, you can. If you want to have a bit of time to think.
Yeah.
It goes for both of you, where you've been like, we can flash back and be like, oh, by the way, I also think that if you were like, oh, actually, I won a game and I put some more money on, that's fine. If you're like, I bet rig, we're going to have to probably have a bit more of a conversation. Which I don't know what the odds for, what if they win rig, or if you win, what you'd get instead. You should get a second rig. And they're like, hey, do you want Meg to come with you?
I think let's put it, I don't know about Angel. Bullfrog would not bet people.
No.
We should put that out there.
Angel is a lovable assassin, but that's not exactly the same as scum of the earth. Let's bet people and assign them monetary values.
Again, it's that's sort of like maybe sounding a bit more dodgy than they mean, but there has been a thing of like people being like, cool, I'll come work on your crew for a bit, or be this, sort of yes.
It's fine if you're volunteering yourself, but not other people.
Yes. Yes, I'll bet. No, but I wouldn't. Angel might bet Angel, but no.
See, that's the sort of level of like going if you got desperate. It's also, folks, we're hoping we'll get a season 2. Imagine if we didn't. It's the sort of thing like if you don't upset these guys too much, it's a possibility for like because they pop up all over the place. They intentionally drive around. So I'm going to safely say you've kind of got a good reputation with them, and so these are a group you can contact in the future to be like, cool, we need something to do with our vehicles, or even smuggling, because they seem to, like I said, the fact that they were like, we've got transponders, we can get through the jump gates, it makes sense. Anyway, so with betting done, our crew are currently sitting. Well, that's the thing. So Bullfrog, I assume, is in the cockpit in the driver's seat.
Ready to go, zoom, zoom, beep, beep, toot, toot.
Zoom, zoom, beep, beep, toot, toot.
Technical terms.
Angel, there is as I said, let me just make sure I got the stuff. So there is like a rig cuts a turret with like there's a little dome over the top, so you can sort of like stick yourself up and fire like a turret at people. There's also like a minigun on the front which you can control from your seat. You can also fire like I've said a slingshot, it's not quite that, but like a grappling hook. And there's also the caltrops currently with actually I'll say that you took the caltrops out temporarily to put the EMP in there. You can swap those round if you want. There's also Bullfrog. There's also the V8 NOS to give you an insane burst of speed. So yes, Angel, are you where are you on the shuttle at the moment?
So there's grappling hook, EMP, no caltrops unless I do some quick jerry rigging, and guns.
So, as I said, it's a large turret.
I've got forward guns in the driver's
Yes.
seat.
Yeah.
I've
Right,
got
and
the
then there's a
turret.
minigun turret.
You also have a door. So if you're going to fling, like, again, spacesuits, but you could always just fling the door open to space, hold on, and try and, like, it's going to be
Fast and the
difficult.
Furious lean out the window firing.
Yes. Yeah, basically.
In space.
In spies. Folks, it's been a while. Spies. Again, sort of like, as was pointed out in another Roll Together game, space science. Does it make sense? You know, folks, this is a drag race. You know, as I said, it's the Fast and the Furious. We've been waiting for them to go to space, and they have now. Yes. So
I think I will position in the gun turret.
Yeah.
Because that feels like the most neutral place to be.
Yeah.
And then awaiting orders. Bullfrog's absolutely in charge.
you
Can
both.
I have little Sal ready to do EMP discharge or swap caltrops?
You say that little cell scuttles back and is I'm going to say there's like a little like lever to sort of like
Pull the lever, Sal!
and just drop an EMP.
Don't drop the EMP on yourself!
Also, for Rebecca, little Sal nearly fired guns off in the ship and got too excited, and they had to be, no, don't shoot. And they're like, oh, I want to fire the guns. But I think little Sal had been a bit sulky that she couldn't fire the guns, but it was like, the EMP is cool, and the caltrops. So you've got, let's say, you've definitely got the EMP. You've probably got, like, let's say, 3 different, like, things of caltrops. Also, little Sal's very willing to put other things out there. You know, to be like, just to drop, you know, not a book, because that's book, but, you know, being like, oh, we're going to drop junk, like in other sci-fi things. If you need to go a bit faster and need to lower the weight, we're going to put this chair in there. We could. Anyway,
Hey,
enough.
Sal, if you survive this without EMPing yourself, I'll get you the fancy oil next time.
Oh! It's also you both have got like shortwave radios that Rake has given you, so you both like being in a fighter plane. You can talk to each other, and it is also little Sal is on the wavelength, and so like if we look at the transcript, it is like contented beeping. It is also worth pointing out, Bullfrog, you can quite easily access the illegal radio that they have running. So if you needed to hear like a, not a show commentary, a race commentary, which is going to be done by Cerberus, you can.
I would like to, particularly because I imagine if the feds start turning up, or they'll mention if we're super far ahead,
Yeah.
they'll be talking about stuff that's happening behind us, and vice versa as well. So that's
Yes.
useful to hear.
That is. You could also, if you could radio in, you could radio Cerberus, and I mean the ship is called the Three-Headed Dog, you know. But you could. He's mission control. You can't contact the other ships, but if something happened, and also if you needed to send out like a distress beacon for other people, that's how you do it. You know, literally over the walkie back to the ship. But yes, also, as you pointed out, there is a honor among thieves. If the feds turn up, they are going to let you know, but then you're on your own. You know, it's sort of like, cool. Right. I'm just going to roll a d6. Interesting. Okay. So, for I can safely say, folks, that the heist is on. It's only taken us to about episode 6, but we're
About
finally
a third the way through.
Yep. Delightful. The 6 ships all pull out of the back of the Three-Headed Dog. You've all been put like an Urbot, which is on, like, again, it's more of a sort of limpet, really, that is being used to help with the radio waves and also to contact the small radar, the satellite dish, which is broadcasting. you both got to, while you were there, see like the minor races, some of the smaller ones, where you got to see indeed it was like projections of your ship that they put up your names. They don't put up pictures because why would you? You know, none of these people have ever seen you in their lives. They have absolutely no idea who you are. Of course, when the feds get, we were just here to have a picnic. Anyway, so there's a bit of information that's sort of like, they don't even, like, they tried to do like pre-show interviews, but everyone was like, no, we're good. Less of us on video, the better. You're ready. You do hear sort of the crackling. This goes over and goes, hey everyone, welcome to the big race for this evening. My name is Cerberus. I am the top dog around here. If you haven't got a chance to meet me yet, come get me a drink afterwards. Mine is a red wine. Anyway, we've got a series of exciting competitors here, and also we have a returning competitor. Those of you remember Bullfrog, she will be piloting the Reverb tonight, along with her gunner Angel and her Erdroid Lil Sal. Again, for the sake of time, he names off everyone else, and also goes, and also unknown driver, the Kazoo, we're not... He kind of like looks and he's like, despite the best actions of my spies, the pilot of the Khazar has yet to identify themselves. So if you are listening, I do hope that you might be able to do so once you return. If you return, okay, everyone, we know how to do this. Do have a fair and just race. And those of you who are about to die, we'll never forget you. Okay, here we go. You hear the boom, 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 and the shot of a cannon. Poof, as Bullfrog, please roll your dice. Let's get this race going.
Woo.
Angel, you're sort of thrown back. Thrown hell, yep.
Could I... Well, we'll see. I can't remember. Do I have to choose to push myself before rolling? Or can I...
I will let you... Probably, but if we'll see how it goes.
All right. Oh, double fives.
Cool. What do you think? Do you want to push it?
I'll take stress.
She
Yeah.
takes stress. Yep. So that would be you get to roll an extra dice, or do you take the stress to? Actually, I'll tell you what. Yeah, up to you. I'm also, again, folks, we're homebrewing. If you want, Angel wants to take the stress, you could push it to the 6.
Is that all right?
Yeah.
Wait. Is this a critical or risky action? Oh no, this is a risky action.
This is risky, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't hit a crit, so I don't get a gambit.
You don't get a gambit, no.
No, fine. So you're taking a stress, so I can roll an extra die.
Yes.
Or you could just push it to a 6 because Tom is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what he said?
Because usually Nat would take the stress, but I'm happy to say that Angel.
Yeah, let's do it.
Has
Let's
added
take a
something
6.
on. Yeah. Yes. As also pointing out, both of you, there are 2 gambits on the table because you get one for each. Heist, which of course is a free dice, but yes. And as we said, if you can crit, you get an extra one. Cool. Yes. So, Angel, how do you ensure a smooth start to this race?
I think little Sal is about to get super excited and has sidled up to Bullfrog and is about to blast music right into her ear. And I just very gently encourage her just to back off a little bit. Like, the cheerleading tunes are great, but maybe let's not make Bullfrog jump out of her seat as the cannon sounds. Not to impugn the excellent wisdom of little Sal, but
I know that commentary didn't happen, but little Sal in World was like, yes, I'm very good at my job. Then looks, and then the little spindly thumb comes up, and then takes a few steps back, and sort of reaches up and turns the volume down slightly, and then the exciting metal Bullfrog, you throw forwards the thrusters, but also sort of like very quickly, like, I'm going to swerve as indeed the Junkers try to sideswipe you, miss, and you are, I would say with that, you are definitely, everyone takes off at good speed, but you're near the front. This is going to be, as I said, there's an asteroid field very close. It's going to be weaving around, and you can see flashing there are smaller bots using as beacons. It is going to be very simply, you go into the asteroid field, you then pull what in Earth terms they would call the Crazy Ivan, as you flip back up and go back into the asteroid field to get back to the three-headed dog. Crew of the Reverb, you are doing very well. You are powering through. The Cerberus is indeed sort of announcing, is like, and the Reverb's taken off, and sort of as you sort of look around, you can see Sing Sing is very close on your heels. The Naysay V seems to be going after Kaza. The Kaza just seems to be driving with no fear whatsoever. So like, there's already like little rocks that you can like dodging, and Kaza's just powering through. Copernicum is sort of near the rear. He's a sensible but successful driver where he's like, there's no point in me rushing this. Moonbeam is sort of like also near, very similar. Callie's like, I'm not going to race too hard. Although you'll be like, he's got something. There's always something. Yes.
We'll have said to Angel,
yeah,
don't fire the first shot, but keep an eye on what everyone else is doing.
Understood. Loosens her trigger finger.
Yeah, it's just sort of like the opportunities. Angel, again, your eyes flicking, you're taking it in. There's a mixture of, like, obviously there's the sound of the radio, little sows making noise, and also, I mean, no noise in space, but you can almost hear the whooshing going by, and both of you just have a moment of going, God, I hope Rig is up to this. We're going so fast that you got a chance to test it, but not at these speeds. And also, you didn't go into an asteroid field. You're powering along.
Well, they've been using the front guns. Like, if there's any little asteroids in the way, I would rather shoot them than swerve to avoid them. So
Smart.
that is any firing coming from us is specifically at obstacles.
Perfect. So you rat-a-tat-tat-tat-tat, and asteroid and the bits are sort of like coming along. You sort of like, both of you, and again, I'm saying this is probably in world a couple of minutes of like, okay, we're going straight forwards. It's sort of like you're heating up, you're getting ready, and you just hear Cerberus like, and the racers are about to enter the asteroid field as you enter. Right, okay. Things now are going to be desperate from now on. This is very dangerous. This is very risky.
So give me that sweet XP. Nom, 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 nom.
Yeah, this is fair. So, obviously, I'm going to say it's desperate at the speeds you're going. If you want to lower your speed, you can get back down to risky. Let's see how this goes. The shields on, you don't have shields. That's the thing. He didn't put a shield generator on. You are just driving. Yeah. Also, there's a whole thing of like NOS. Yes, you didn't have shields.
I feel like Angel was just presented with this by Bullfrog and Rig as like a fait accompli, and she didn't think to question.
This is where Rebecca's like, flashback, I'm not there.
I got off the ship and I went to hang out with Worcester.
Yeah, I changed everything. The cat is nice.
I'll tell you what, Nat. Roll me a desperate roll as we're going into this.
And I will, because it is desperate, I will take an XP in my prowess, which gives me enough to take another pip in Helm.
Yes.
Point of order, I imagine that happens after I make this roll, though.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy with it, but it depends how this roll goes.
This is specifically to go to navigate around the asteroids that we're facing, right?
Yep.
What would a devil's bargain look like?
Ooh, okay, so that would obviously give you the D6. I'm going to say you're going to be able to go, you're going to keep the lead, but you're going to take, the ship's going to take some damage. Obviously, so you're like, I haven't got time to fire, I'm focusing. You're able to put a little bit more energy in to just keep going. Depending on the ship's going to take damage whatever happens. Even if you get a 6, you're going to take a bit of damage.
What point in the race are we at? Like, if you imagined, if you were anticipating us doing a roll for like each portion of the race,
Yes.
how many portions of the race are there total?
I would say, I'm going to say you've just got through leg 1. There'll probably be 2 legs in the asteroid field, a 4th one as you're coming back, and then 5, 6 out of the asteroid field. So there'll be 7. Let's say 7 legs of this.
7 legs, fine.
Yeah. So this is leg 2 going into the field.
In that case, I won't push the pace at this point. I rolled a 4,
fair.
so I'm quite happy to let some others go ahead in exchange for keeping safe at this point.
I think
the goal is to survive.
Yes, you have been given the nickname Chickadee by Cerberus, and I think, Bullfrog, you're able to swallow, not your disgust, but your sort of thing of like going, cool. I mean, all your stuff would go to rig if you died, and what good would that be? And all the people waiting, no. So you pull back on the throttle, you do, and I think that's the safe thing, that you're saying that you pull back as you fall back to Sing Sing overtakes you, Kaza overtakes you, and the Naysay V overtakes you. So you have now dropped back to 4th place. As
All the ones I don't trust are in front of me.
yes, yeah.
Okay, good.
Moonbeam and Copernicum are still behind you, and I think that's yes. As I said, this hasn't been to win the race. This has been to survive it. That's been the agreement made. Although it would probably, be a bit of a Pyrrhic victory if you just were like, I came 5th, thanks for repairing the ship. These guys think you're a bit lame. But you pull back as the ship's speed ahead. Well, I mean, Sing Sing speeds ahead. Kaza spins ahead. The Naysay V spins round and starts coming towards you. Yes. So, Angel? This might be a chance.
I want to shoot them.
That's fair. What you good?
Bullfrog said don't shoot first, but I feel like gunning directly for us.
This counts.
Yeah.
That is a scrap roll, I assume.
That's a scrap roll.
Great. This is desperate, so I get XP, sweet XP in my prowess. Still not close to leveling up. Why? 6!
Yes.
One was a 2, one was a 6.
The gun starts.
That's how you shoot people, right?
Exactly like that. Yeah, especially when
just
they're in
like-
front of you, shooting the sky. That's the one.
Yeah.
I know so much about guns.
Especially space guns,
Guns are Gatling.
as the Gatling gun of this. I'm saying it's a Gatling gun because I think it's quite fun that you're firing like bullets in space. It's a laser Gatling gun. So you start firing in. Pew 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 pew. Angel, what's your intention here? Also, please do give yourself a gambit. Yeah, you get an extra. There's an extra D6 there, and please take the XP.
Save my sparkly dice. Cool. My intention, I think, I don't. It's not great that they're ramming us, but I don't want to just murder them. They haven't done anything terrible to us yet. So I think I'd like to try and... I don't know how space physics works. I'm going to make it up. Or ignore it, pretty much. I would like to try and shoot at such an angle that I can send sparks going across their windshield, so they get quite like obscured vision. They have to slow down because they can't see what they're doing, and they will crash into a rock.
I don't know if they care about that.
Whether I got a 6, though. Whether that's metal bullets on metal casing or lasers on shields, I don't know. But basically, something that fries their ability to navigate just briefly, so they can't safely keep doing what they were going to do.
And you just have a moment of like, okay, they're going in, but it's enough that the pilot, who for everyone we assume is P, sort of like just does enough, and just again, there's for audience in the sound of space, you can hear like the metal against metal, and then also the grinding as the ship goes crunch against the side, and it rips a tear not into the hull, not. It doesn't vent it, but has definitely damaged it. And you both, as you sort of like dodge around, you watch as fluids leaking out, and the ship tries to sort of like loop around. The moonbeam just also has like a little EMP thing, hits it, they go floating off. Copernicum, who I'm going to say is going at a decent speed, but it's like puttering along after, dodges it, and you are still in 4th place as you go dodging straight into that asteroid field. It's, again, sort of, the music is intense, it's beating. Bullfrog, your heart is kind of, again, you're in your element. Things are sort of like slowing down, and you're like, okay, Angel, you sort of like, for the bit you know about piloting, this is a very competent pilot who it just has become so zen, and you're just dodging, moving. Yes, as you're going in, you can notice that the junkers are at the back, but they're not out, and they are definitely leaking their horrible fluids. The Sing Sing is in first, then we have Kaza, then we have who have I put, like, okay, let's say Sing Sing, Kaza, Moonbeam, you guys, Copernicum, and then the junkers. Mm-hmm. So again, just speeding through. This was noted by Cerberus, who's like, oh, and it seems that we've got our first bit of violence right here. That does seem the reverb. What can I say? The conversation that we had in years later, who shot first? We can answer it was the reverb. I'm getting. Hold on. I am actually getting a call from the final. And you just hear, what the fuck? And he's like, yes, our Junkrats at the back have got a lot of opinions and a lot of strong words. So I know you're listening.
I'm just going to patch in and message Cerberus.
Yeah.
Cluck, cluck.
So, like, Cerberus is mid sort of like going, and we've got a message, and you just see him going, I'll just tell your audience that the reverb wants you to know that they are large and in charge. They're showing some of the fear that those of you who saw Pilot Bullfrog last time. She's changing her ways. Maybe she's willing to live life a bit more on the edge. Yes, we're deep in the asteroid field, whizzing along. There's sort of like, again, the ship's taking a little bit of damage, is sort of speeding through. Again, I'm going to ask you to roll another helm roll. Keep it desperate.
Round 3.
Round 3.
I have 3d6 now.
Nice.
Thank you, level up. Okay. Okay. At this point, I think... So I rolled a 4. I think I will use my gambit at this point.
Please do.
To roll another one. Come on. No, it's still a 4.
Yeah, it's...
I'm going to push myself for another one.
risky, but we like it. So add a stress.
It's too stressed to push yourself.
Too
isn't it?
stressed, yeah.
No, that's it. Get in the bit. Oh my god. No. All of my dice apart from one rolled a 2, and the other one rolled a 4. That's 5 dice I've rolled now.
It just, I mean, cluck, but still, where you're like, hey, any race that you walk away from with these guys is a good one. It's just, I'm not saying it's embarrassing when Copernicum pulls in front of you, but you know, because he's been competent, you know, but he's going at risky, and you're going at desperate. You drop back, and indeed, again, it's the sound of space as you just hear the of a junker ship coming up, and pulls up level to you. As you look, these two are just sort of like looking through the windscreen at you, and then do the finger across the neck.
Bullfrog, can we go a little faster?
Did you want to live?
Yeah, but slow also feels like death.
We got the Nas to use on the way back.
Understood.
As it does that, as you just both feel like clunk, clunk, as you look, they fired like a grappling hook into the side of the ship, and they're trying to pull you to literally like winch you back towards them. As you look at, you assume Pete driving, who just is holding up a meat cleaver, and just like,
are they level with us?
They're sort of like, you're slightly ahead. It's sort of like being angled, so they're pulling you backwards to get near to them. But sort of like
they're pulling us
space,
backwards.
yeah.
All right. In that case, really hoping the moonbeam would honour the bet that the agreement that we had. But Sal, swap out the caltrops. Yeah, faster.
Looks at you. It's like, and are you going to fire the caltrops?
Yes.
Can you just roll a d6?
4.
I like Little Sal too much to have her fall out back.
How dare you even think about it, Tom?
I would tell you what my plan was.
What was it to Frozen? I mean,
I'm outraged at the power of you.
yeah. The caltrops. Little Sal manages to like, bless her. She's only got little arms. Like, close the thing, and then pulls the lever as the caltrops. They clatter. They start. These are also not only these shards of metal. There's sort of like they start sparking, and you watch as the junker ship, the fuel ignites. They don't care. They're very much. But yes, sort of. That's the thing. You're dealing with them. You've now got a flaming ship like attached to you by a piece of chain.
You deal with that tow cable?
Little Sal doesn't want to be out on her own, does she? She wouldn't like it. She can't cling to the outside of the.
Not what she's built for.
Oh, just checking. Tom, I think I packed a spacesuit in my loadout.
You did?
I would like to go to the kitchen, get my own meat cleaver, suit up, and go cut the tow rope loose.
You say kitchen.
There is. I mean,
Sorry,
on this
we're not on the
thing?
echo. Sorry, in my head there was the echo. I definitely have a lot of knives on me. It's
yes,
just a meat cleaver would have been cool.
I think to say, because this was like an industrial. This was like someone's house car. I don't know what that means, but I've said it.
We're in a camper van.
You're in a camper van. I think it's safe to say that you've been prepared for a race. Do you want? I could give you like an axe rather than like a fire
I'll
axe
take
rather than a meat cleaver.
An axe would be lovely.
You put on your suit. Bullfrog. yes, you sort of like, you're used to this, you know, this is like, you're used to the anti-gravity, you know that there's going to be a couple of seconds, you can open the door, she can get out, she'll be fine, you just need to make sure you shut the door behind, because you're going to vent very quickly. But, Angel, please roll me something as you prepare to jump out of a ship into an asteroid field.
Yeah. Can I maintain this as a scrap check?
Absolutely. You're scrapping with another
'Cause
ship.
Yeah. I'm fighting a rope. Can I choose whether or not to use my gambit after I've rolled, or do I have to decide?
I think that's fair. I think. Yeah.
Oh no, I got a 1 and a 5, so I'm gonna take stress, push that up. No, push myself, take 2 stress,
Cool.
push that up to a 6, and save my gambit for another time. I'm
yeah.
on 3 stress.
You're surprisingly chill
yes.
considering what's happening.
Yeah, we'll suit up remarkably quickly for someone who's maybe never worn a spacesuit before.
I'm going to say we can retroactively say that because you wanted it, this is what you've been. I think both, again, until otherwise proven, you know, you've got it, which you just. It's again, like the video game that's sort of like camera pans over, camera pans as you just screw on the. I'm going very retro, sort of like it's a 1960s. You've got like a dome and.
Great, cute.
You prepare.
I think that's valid because Angel is about to survive at any cost, and so she trusts Bullfrog's flying skills. She wants an escape route if it all goes wrong.
Yes.
So, yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. As sort of Bullfrog, you've got your hand on the switch to open the door. Do you guys want to have one final conversation? It might not be the final. It'd be fine. Just
Wow.
yeah. Dark. Well, you've just got, this could be it. And you're moving very quickly. Yeah.
Hey, you got this. Don't fall off.
Oh, hold on. I knew I was forgetting something.
You say as the door opens, are you trying to lean out or are you trying to float out?
How far is the hook from the porthole?
Probably that if you sort of like, if you're thinking like opening the hatch and sort of leaned out, probably you'll forgive me this, you're not the tallest person, so your wingspan isn't the biggest. You probably, like with the axe, you could probably start hitting it with the axe head. But I mean, if you
We've got rungs attached on the body of the ship, right, for moving around, for doing repairs. So I think rather than she will like lean out but hold on to one of the rings and pull herself out, so she gets a better to do it more accurately rather than stay further in and then just dangle.
you swing out, you pull yourself out, the door shuts behind you. You two are both still on the comms, so you're able to communicate. Angel, you sort of pull yourself out and start. You got this 6. I'm going to say this is the. I tell you what, both of you could just roll 2d6, and we're going to take the highest. See how this goes.
Got a 6.
3.
Right. Okay, Angel, you you get battered. I'm going to say it's a level 1 injury of like. Your suit's not pierced, but it's a bit like the whole thing when people talk like bulletproof vests, where it doesn't stop it hurting. The bullet doesn't go in, but you're still being punched at great speed. Where you just some very unladylike language might be coming over the comms at the moment as you're battered, but you're still getting. Bullfrog, you are on this. Sort of like strategy has changed a bit. That. Sort of you drop the speed a bit so you don't
Flying
watch your...
smooth to make sure I don't throw her off.
Absolutely. And also with a 6, you watch as you're about to come out of the asteroid field that the ships, there's other 3 ships all do the Crazy Ivan. For those of you who don't know, is basically it's a flip. It's they go back. One ship pivots and turns around, so it's facing towards, well, not you. But this guy, it's the moonbeam. And the moonbeam is coming straight. You also works out whatever's going to happen is probably going to take these junkers out. It might not be good if it is this. You're still tethered, but Angel, you get it. You get the axe. The axe unfortunately does go flying up and goes whizzing through space. As you were just like, well, there goes about 20 credits. I don't know if Echo's going to charge you for the axe, but what she doesn't know, she can certainly try. Okay, so I'm going to say we're going into the. I realised the asteroids wasn't as so exciting, but there was a lot of other stuff going on. We're going to ask for a helm roll, and also Angel, can you do something to try and get back into the ship?
Is this a helm roll? Is this the moment that I'm doing the crazy Ivan and she's still outside?
Are you going to do the crazy Ivan while she's still outside, or are you going to try and turn around slower?
She's not tethered.
No.
I mean, I'm also really 3 seconds away from being into safety, right? I'm a meter away.
Yeah, let her go first.
It shouldn't be an either or choice as long as nothing goes wrong, right?
I think sort of yes. I think let's roll helm and see what happens as you're like.
What, helm first? No,
let's see. I tell you what, Angel, roll first to see if you can actually get. Nothing's going to knock you.
Sal, give her a hand.
Add a d6. Add stress. Yeah.
And I think I have to roll a scramble for which I have no points.
Yeah. So now you're rolling.
That gives me 1 flat rather than a disadvantage.
Yes.
So thank you, Sal. It's boring, but it is my luck. It was a 6.
Good. No, this is good.
But But also, I don't really want to float off into the abyss of space.
I mean, chicken yourself, but yes, fair. As you sort of you scramble, and you're just like, oh god, as sort of your axe is gone, the hook, gnarly, bloody, weirdly, what have they been doing? Misses you as you kind of and you do have a moment of oh no, shoot, I've let go. Okay, here it goes. As suddenly the door opens and you just and little Sal somehow has got a piece of wood and the tiny arms, and you just hold and you pull back in. Little Sal, bless her, I've got now sort of uses almost little jump boots or something to jump and hit the button as you both have a moment Bullfrog definitely has a moment of being oh god, there went all the oxygen. Okay.
It's fine. Yeah. It's gonna be fine.
The reverb repressurizes as you watch as now we can roll helm.
Wait, do we not have an airlock on this ship?
Apparently not.
It's not. You've got one on the shuttle and the Echo. This ship shouldn't be in space. I've been saying this is like a little car. They said it's like a Morris Minor. There's not a lot of room to move around.
Oh, good. Well, it's a good job, I guess, that we both have spacesuits.
Yeah. Yes. Canonically, you've both got spacesuits. Don't worry about your oxygen now. Little Sal, how are you? Yep. Little Sal's great.
The lighter doesn't work.
Yeah, just for so.
Alrighty. Oh my god. I am going to have to let's see. I've already spent a gambit.
What did you roll?
I rolled 2 1s and a 2, Rebecca.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Because I was so focused on you getting inside the ship that I missed the optimum timing to pull the crazy Ivan off. Right, so I'm gonna push myself again.
Yep. Add a d6 and
take
2 stress.
Stresses. don't roll in the dice box, you fool. Okay, that's a 5, which I will take over a 1 and a 2.
It's better.
You're just like again, sort of like acknowledging where sort of like okay, here we go. You begin to flip the ship. Angel, you're not bolted in. You go for like, oh no, I'm going down this way. As you like, thump, the damage has now gone up to a level 2 of battering. You know, you're not, your arm's not broken, but you've taken a lot of injury. You know, proper bruised. Bullfrog, you're strapped in. You've been strapped in this entire time. Little Sal also, wow! You know, just and Angel, you just hear as a small bot just clanks off the side of your helmet, and then just. Bullfrog, you pull off the crazy Ivan, and very impressively, you go up and over the top of the moonbeam. As the moonbeam releases something, you kind of like, you very quickly see it, and it's almost like the Junkers get trapped in like foam, like a big ball, and you just watch as they just start sinking. as Moonbeam sort of like, okay, you're still fourth. You can safely say that the Junkers are out of the race and just going down. Mm-hmm. As we're still thinking for time, let's do one final helm check to be, let's get out of this asteroid field. You do. Bullfrog, you do know you're not going to win this now. You can kind of see them at the end.
Right, okay. So plans on the way back. I've got the NOS.
Yes.
We have an EMP to throw, to
Out
try and
back.
throw at the back is the only issue, but we're behind everyone. I had another plan to try and use the, we also have a grappling hook.
You do.
To try and pull off. I said in my backstory, we've not mentioned it. There's rumour that Bullfrog is the only person to have ever been able to pull off the greasy onion maneuver. And I think what this is, I mean, the ideal is that I don't want to touch the Copernican. Let Sir Morton do what he's going to do. But the person ahead of him, we've got the Zing Zing and the Kaza. Which one's in first and second?
Kaza's second. So
Okay.
do you want to grapple Kaza?
So the aim would be the greasy onion maneuver, grappling hook ahead, and using NOS and thrusters to basically slingshot ourselves around the person on a turn.
It's super desperate, but I love it. You know, no risk, no reward. I'm going to say this is a combination. Both of you ideally roll as we see how as the NOS is going and the sling hook is going. Let's see how
Do I
this
get an
works.
extra D6 for the NOS?
Yes.
Okay. So I roll 3 for Helm,
Yeah.
plus 1 for NOS. Okay.
What am I rolling?
You're going to be firing like a grappling hook. So
Oh, then I will scrap with the best of them.
please do.
I got a 5.
Grand.
I got a 5 total, and you know what? I will push myself to up it to a 6.
Cool.
I will push myself to up it to a 6. This feels important to Nat.
This-
to
this-
Bullfrog.
This is also important to Nat. Where was I when I saw them do the slippery onion? Well, I was
Greasy,
indeed.
please.
Sorry?
The onion.
What's the slippery onion?
That's a shot.
How much does that cost? And where? Midnight. Wow, okay, I guess. Greasy onion then. Where was I when I saw... We're going to edit round this. This was not edited round in the documentary. The greasy onion. Well, you know, I was on the three-headed dog when I saw it, as the reverb pulled off one of the most batshit insane maneuvers I think we've seen in a long time. What we see is footage of a handheld camera in the bay of the three-headed dog as someone's recording the hologram, as we watch as a tiny holographic little grappling hook comes out, wraps itself around the Kaza as the NOS is hit. Nat, do you want to describe what this maneuver actually looks like?
Yeah, so the grappling hook attaches. And then we've also got a sort of a quick redraw mechanism on it, so it pulls us forwards quickly. And there's a point in the course where you do have to do quite a sharp left turn. So we use the momentum of the pulling in quickly and the sharp left turn. And we do essentially like a big donut, not only around the Kaza, but as we let go of the grappling hook, we do a little spin as well. Drop the EMP off behind us as we then re-hit the NOS and power on forwards ahead of them.
An absolutely insane maneuver as the reverb is being pitted by rocks and indeed by bits of ship as the Kaza just crash and explodes, not in a fiery ball, but you watch as a bunch of goats just go floating off into the void of space. As you just hear, you can almost hear the thing, and you can hear it over the radio as everyone just goes, "What the fuck was that?" And they're like, you also sort of hear Cerberus breaking character and being like, "What the actual?" I mean, I don't think anyone was expecting that. When stories get told of this, I think let's all focus on the impressive work of the reverb rather than a bunch of sentient goats flying a ship.
It's probably for the best. They have taken out the IRS. You know, we didn't want them attacking us.
I did say that they were looking for a way to make some money. Kaza, it's Latvian for goat. So as you're coming out of the asteroid field, there are 4 competitors. The Capernaum and the Moonbeam are fighting it out for 3rd place. You are definitely, as you watch, as Sing Sing is going to pull ahead. Crew, are you content to take silver, or do you want to win this?
I've only got 2 stress left to take before I take a trauma for this race.
I have 4 stress. I can take some for you.
Angel, are you going to open fire on this ship?
They haven't done anything to us.
You haven't been a
But
threat
Angel
to
is
them.
Rebecca, and she is a cold-hearted. She's not cold-hearted, but she's not Rebecca. Angel's not training to be a vicar. Her moral code is different.
What? We have not been promised anything specific if we win other than the pot of money. Does Angel need the pot of money? Because Bullfrog doesn't.
No, Angel doesn't. But Angel needs Bullfrog. And so I think the call will be on how much Angel thinks Bullfrog wants to win.
Can I make a luck roll to see... Basically a wisdom saving throw.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Excellent choice.
We're going for the win.
Cool. You convey that over the comms to your gunner.
Yeah.
Angel.
We're close. Sit tight. There's just like a little, just a little bit of ragged intensity behind her now. Like that, pulling off that maneuver, you can tell she is jacked.
I don't know if I believe.
I'm going to throw something else at you, and I'm going to give this to Angel. Do you have anything? What are you good at? Anything like observation or like study or?
I have a point in study.
Do you want to just roll again, folks? I'm not supposed to do this, but do you just want to roll study as I decide if I'm going to reveal something?
5.
The ship's been taking a lot of damage and stuff's been scraped off. You can see on the back of the Sing Sing like a 2-headed figure. This is the Yanis Corporation. they are weapon manufacturers. They are gun runners. If you blow up one of their ships, intentionally, no one could ever argue that this was accidental. If you open fire on them now, this is murder in front of an audience. You could win.
Yeah.
I'm not taking this away from you, but I'm also pointing out you can make an enemy.
It's the final push of what Angel wanted to do anyway, I think. I think the real thing is hearing how close Bullfrog is to not being in control, and hearing how desperately Bullfrog is trying to make the sensible call. Angel realizes she has to be the one who stays calm and to make the right call, even if it's not the glory call. And so Angel will carefully angle the gun turret, pointing away from the Sing Sing in a nice, clear, "I'm not about to shoot you" signal to the ship ahead. It's galling, but Angel is a pragmatist, and getting an entire weapons manufacturer on your back for the sake of a medal is not the vibe, and she needs Bullfrog.
That said, if you took down the Janus Syndicate, you would make friends as well, because
Angel, we're going at like 300 miles an hour, however fast. Angel can't do that maths that quickly.
It's fine, and also I think there's something very different in this kind of. As I said, no one could argue that this was part of the race. This was murder.
If they had done anything to us, I think I'd be shooting them delightedly, but all they've done is just flown better than us.
So far, and I think as you pull back, winner, Sing Sing, silver, Reverb, third, Copernicum, and then
I've
Moonbeam.
not been given a chance to roll anything yet, and I was going to ask, yes, you've done that with the turret, but what did you do to stop Bullfrog with the front-facing guns in the pile?
I'm leaving it to you and your conscience.
Go ahead.
What were you going to say, Tom?
I'm not going to say anything. Go on, Bullfrog. Here's your chance. You did. I mean, do you have study?
No, not at all.
Then you haven't. Angel was analytical. Angel was planned this out. Race fever's taking over you. You can win this. No one should promise you anything.
I'm going to roll a helm roll to
Yeah.
see if I can do it by flying first.
I think that's fair.
I need to take a picture because I've just rolled a crit. Double sixes.
Yeah.
I've not even rolled my third dice yet.
Yeah.
When people talk about this race, a lot went on. What did you roll your third dice?
Yeah, it was a 2. It wasn't a triple crit.
You are coasting with the NOS in your engine as you listen to the engine sort of ignite as you are it's for Angel and for Lil Sal, it is kind of terrifying as the back of the ship catches fire. You are going so far, the friction, and again, sort of like Little Sal shrieks, but plays the music as loud as possible as you dive. And you're like, oh god, she's gone mad. And then pull up at such speed that you literally skate just, and the Sing Sing hits the side of your ship, glances off, and you're pushed by that, and you roll over the finishing line. As you're like, thank goodness Angel's had time to strap in this time as you are barrel rolling towards, and at which point you're like, oh, something else hits you, and you're like, oh, it's foam, and you're like, oh, we're sinking, and you just hear, and the winner is by... Well, no one expected the chicken to do it, but the Reverb has won. There's the sound of as other grappling hooks hit the foam as you are being everything's dark inside because the windows are covered by this foam as it's pulled back into the ship. You guys have a moment to just go, wow, okay, and crack. There, just as the foam falls away, and you hear the screaming intensity of what's probably the most exciting race that they've seen in a decade in this place. As the two of you, three of you, the three members of the crew are led out. You look, Callie is there, sort of like bruised. He's bloody. The ship's taken a bit of battering. Trish remains as startlingly gorgeous as always, and it's sort of like is also sort of like you just as you're passing, and she's like, so we're planning a wedding. The honeymoon should be on. We could. There's Crystal's. And Callie's like, yeah, dear. Sir Morton and Worcester very politely sort of like yes, and he raises like he's got a glass of champagne. It's weird because no one's given that. He's obviously just got that out of his ship, and he's like, congratulations to you.
So classy.
So classy.
I want to go hang out with him.
Yes, he's definitely, again, I'm going to, if we're talking about allies, he is definitely someone who is an ally of, and you will later, talking to him, find out that he did, in fact, he knew Cerberus when Cerberus was a young man. It was a while ago. For the audience, I put a picture of the two of them when they served together in the war. The crew of the Sing Sing are brought...
Both shirtless for some reason.
And hot. It's Willem Dafoe and then Charlie Sheen. He's got a cat. He's German. He's a sweet
and
man.
Unfortunately, only one head.
Yes, and weirdly, it's not the middle head. It's anyway. We'll get. It's sort of like the man's an old man. Anyway, the crew of the Sing Sing are brought on board, and there's. For the audience, Josh has just put "Oh my" in the chat. He's hot. I won't let you take it away. Yes, you wouldn't have made such bad enemies as if you killed them, but you can see the two of them like look at you with like. It's not a "oh, you cheated," but it's a feeling of that's not how it's done.
They were going to ram us. How is shooting at them any worse? We're smaller. We can't ram them.
You can't
self-defense.
You can't ram them. The Junkers aren't here. Not a problem.
Not particularly unexpected.
I can safely say that they will turn up for the next race. No one's sure where exactly they ended up, but they will. They always turn up. Cerberus, and as we said, sort of man in a very fine suit, tie. Normal enough guy, apart from having 3 heads and 2 like mechanical arms as well as his own arms, comes down and offers you a flesh hand. And just sort of like,
why did you word it like that? I appreciate his mechanical hands.
Many better ways.
Will you take my flesh hand? Opposite, sort of like, and again, sort of like, they're not supposed to document, but like there is a flash of, someone taking a picture, and that's sort of like, for everyone here, you just straight put a knife through. Actually, I think you see the flash, and then you just hear like a crash of someone breaking a camera, and they're like, "No photos."
Excellent.
Yeah.
Angel will have been offered, as we got out of the shuttle, by the way, just a very quick flashback. Yeah. Angel will have been offered a cigar.
Are you sure? It's cool.
The two,
smoking's not cool, kids.
It's not even space tobacco. So we can't here at Roll Together RPG. We do not advocate for space tobacco, although we are in the pocket of big space tobacco. It sponsored that race. Yes, the two of you are the champions of. You have an open invitation anytime you wish to compete with the Echo Wave racers. They are now considered an ally of yours, as is Sir Morton. Sir Morton, as I said, as you sort of like start working it out, and like over the bit of time you spend, he is a former soldier. That sort of feeling of, you both know that he's definitely not like a bounty hunter, but also when you said, I don't know how much information you give. If you mention Brown, he's like, yes, it's Master Brown, yes, a very excitable young man. Yeah, I could, if you wished me to run a bit of a distraction, I'd be happy to. It'd be rather embarrassing to find out that he's chasing an old man across the galaxy. Yeah.
Morton, I mean, if you're offering,
you're a real one.
Thank you, Frauleins. I believe I offered to buy you drinks.
You did.
Lead the way.
You two, are you going to go have a little bit of a drinking spree?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing. Great. So the crew have the two of these success stories have a lovely evening. There's drinking, there's debauchery. You've both won your bet, and you each. Well, actually, the pot now, 700 credits, is put into. Actually, each. I'll tell you what. That's the split. The split is 700 credits each, which is a lot of money being bet. A lot of people were not expecting this, and a lot of people. It's weird. It's almost like Cerberus has intentionally put a bit more in for doing a good job, making a good show. Amazing. You both. I don't know how much you're drinking, but both of you feeling very energetic, adrenaline running. It's probably time to head back to the ship, back to the Echo. Begins travelling up. Indeed, the outside of the Echo is a beautiful, electric blue. The word Echo is painted on the outside. Do you try and hail the ship on your comms?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
No response.
Rick?
No response.
Echo, what's going on?
No.
Thumbs out, I guess.
Fortunately, you do have spacesuits. As one of you floats over, finds the lever, opens. Angel, you manage to sort of open it. The ship floats in. You see that the ship is unpowered. There is the hiss of air as you enter. Yeah, it's dark. And I think it's safe to say we're probably just going to leave it there for this evening.
Great.
That's fine. Thank you, everyone, very much for joining us. Hope you've had a lovely time here watching a wonderful race that my crew are feeling really excited and really thrilled for. If you have enjoyed what we're putting out, if you go to Roll Together RPG on Twitch, we play Dungeons & Dragons Mondays 6 p.m. Massive thank you to the D20 Club and the Patreons. Thanks to you, the Kaza will hopefully get to fix itself up and return as these poor space goats just go floating through the void, having eaten the space RRS and then also been... Look, it's like One Piece, where you look at the story on the front cover and you're like, what are these guys up to? What are they working at? Anyway, we're gonna call it there. Join us next week, where we might have a new character, certain pink-haired character who just wanted an opportunity to have a poke around and look at some mystic stuff. Anyway, thank you much, everyone, and you take care. Always stay classy in space, y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.